What's up, 8th grade? It's Mr. Wilsey here to do for you the cloud and a bottle experiment, which we, of course, can't do at school. So, we've talked a lot about fronts, cold fronts and warm fronts specifically. A cold front, for example, is when an area of cold air moves in. It's a big, large mass of air, and the front of it, of course, is the cold front. But cold air tends to sink. Warm air tends to rise, as we've discussed in the past. So when you have a mass of cold air moving into an area, the air in front of it tends to be warmer. And that causes rising warm air, the warm air to rise up over the cold air that's coming in, and those form clouds. As the warm air rises, the moisture in the air cools down and changes from a gas back into a liquid state, and you get droplets of water in the air, and you get clouds forming, and when those droplets get heavier enough, that's when you get rain. So, a way we can show this in the class, sorry about this, I want to show you how you can make a cloud in a jar. So, to do that, I've got this jar here, and I've got some hairspray. And what I'm going to do, first thing we need for this is, and I've got some hot water here, we need warm water to provide the water to evaporate to form the cloud, and it needs to be warm. That way, when it gets in the air, it will create warm air that will then rise up. And rising warm air, again, is what you need to form a cloud. I'm going to cover it, that way any water that evaporates is trapped in that jar. Now, I'm getting some ice because we need to cool down that rising warm air to help it form a cloud. Now the thing is, we've trapped it in there, but that's not enough. Clouds generally form around dust or other things in the atmosphere. Dust or debris or existing droplets of moisture, so I'm going to add some hairspray, just regular hairspray, to it to provide a place for the cloud to form. So I'm going to take it off very quickly, spray it in, and shut it. Now, and I want you to watch carefully. It'll take a minute, but already you can see it's getting cloudy in the jar. Change the angle a little bit closer. You can see the cloud forming in there. You can see that even a little bit of condensation on the sides. As the rising warm air, the air rises up carrying the moisture, and the moisture cools down at the top, and as it cools down, it forms into this cloud that you can see in the jar. Take you off so you can get a little closer. Now, sometimes you can see the air moving in currents in there. I don't believe you can see that. Yeah, you can see a little bit of the air moving. Now I'm going to take the top off and watch as the cloud escapes. It's hard to see, I'm sorry. Oh, that doesn't really help. Okay, y'all can't really see it, unfortunately. I apologize, the video is not that great. But the cloud is gone. The cloud floated out and floated away. So there you have it. That's a perfect example of how clouds can form from rising warm, moist air over a coming in cold front. So think of that when you see rain on the news, when it says that the weather's going to be rainy. If they pay attention and see if they're talking about a cold front or a warm front. In both cases, when a cold front comes in, the cold air forces warm air to rise. When you get warm air coming in, a massive warm air, and you get a warm front, the warm air comes in and, of course, does what warm air does best, and it rises over the cold air in front of it, and you get these clouds. So that's an example of how clouds form. All right, well, thanks for tuning in, and I'm going to post some questions in a Google form to go with this. And y'all stay awesome, stay safe, don't stay inside, and just take care of your families, all right? And I miss y'all. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.